few years back, the World Health Organization officially recognized the concept of burnout as a medical phenomenon. And this did a lot to shift the conversation away from putting the onus on individuals to fix themselves and towards the organization. Because what we know is that it's organizational cultures that typically create burnout. In almost every instance, it is the responsibility of organizations to solve the burnout crisis that is happening in so many workplaces. A recent Gallup poll found that these are the top 5 causes of burnout in the workplace. Number 1, unfair treatment at work. Number 2, an unmanageable workload. Number 3, a lack of clarity in your role, in your job. Number 4, a lack of support or any communication from your supervisor or senior leaders. And number 5, unreasonable time pressures. Now, there is no simple solution to solving burnout in the workplace because it is a very complicated topic. It's a complex topic with many tentacles. It requires you to take a step back and take a hard look at your cultural norms, at your values. Are you truly living your values out loud? It requires you taking a serious look at your supervisory and leadership training, or perhaps lack thereof. It's about looking at the expectations that you have of employees, and are those realistic? Now, without question, you should still be investing in stress management practices, in resiliency practices, in healthy workplace practices like good eating and creating time and encouragement for employees to get physical exercise and working in a good environment, and creating things like meditation rooms and mindfulness practices can do wonders, as can adding a little bit of fun to your workplace. So creating that humor room or humor first aid kit, or that Ministry of Silly Walks corridor where people are encouraged to walk in a silly way like the old Monty Python skit. Those are all really important. Bringing in a humor trainer or speaker. I happen to know a really charming, adorable one. So doing those things is really, really important. But at the same time, you need to look at the source of burnout issues. You need to look at the root causes and not just manage the symptoms. And even if you aren't a supervisor or leader, you can start this very important conversation in your workplace. You may have to start the conversation as a frontline employee because this is too important for everyone's physical and mental health. So start the conversation by raising awareness about the issue of burnout in your workplace. Consider forming a team to look into unhealthy practices in your workplace. What is causing people to burn out in your workplace, in your particular team? Get to the root of the problem. Ask questions like, if we had $5,000 to spend to make a healthier workplace, where would we spend that money? How would we spend that money? Sometimes asking questions like that lead to very interesting ideas and solutions, and you'd be surprised by how often the solutions have nothing to do with things that you have to spend a lot of money on. It isn't always about big investments or spending a lot of money. They're often really simple solutions, and they very often, frankly, have nothing to do with spending more money. Another great idea is to create a jobstacle committee. A jobstacle committee that looks at job obstacles. Obstacles that are getting in the way of people being their best and bringing their best selves to work every day. So what about you? Are you experiencing burnout in your workplace? Have you wrestled with this in other jobs you've had? How have you dealt with burnout in your organization? Please leave a comment in the comment box below. This is a really important topic. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my Inspiring Workplaces channel, please hit the subscribe button. Join our growing community as we talk about inspiring, rocking, fun, happy, humor-filled workplaces that rock. Which I think I already said, but you know, it's kind of important, so I'm saying it twice.